Hi, my name is Gordon Mckenna and I am CEO at Microsoft Gold Partner Inframon. Inframon specialise in the Microsoft System Center suite of products and help customers to understand how they can use products like System Center Operations Manager to provide effective service-centric data center and cloud management. One of the solution accelerators that we deliver for customers is called CIO Dash. I'm going to demo this to you now. One of the most powerful features in Operations Manager is the Distributed Application Designer, which can be used to build a service-centric view of the components that make up your key LOB applications. Here, I have a distributed application model that I've built that represents a typical LOB application that you might see in your organization. In this model, I've grouped together components that make up my service layer, such as back-end, front-end, and middle tier. I've also included the client experience, where I have synthetic transactions running from physical locations where my users reside, and in the middle I have my network layer. And these are simple network pings from the same locations that my users are against the front end of my services layer. This will allow me to establish whether problems affecting my users are network related or service related. To demonstrate the effectiveness of this, I'll stop a key component in my service. In this instance, it is a SharePoint website that my users are connecting to. You can see that the distributed application changes to a critical state, and if I hit the problem path button at the top of the window, I can not only see the root cause analysis of the problem, but I can also understand what the business impact is, because I can clearly see that one of my users has been impacted on each of my sites. Note also that the network layer remains green. This indicates to me that this is a service related problem and not a network related problem. If I look at my services layer, I can clearly see that it's front-end services that are causing the problem. I can see it's a website. I can also see the actual website that's causing the issue. Now, as a first-line support guide, if I right-click on my SharePoint website and go to the Health Explorer view, I can clearly see my website is down, and I can view the Microsoft TechNet type knowledge as to why that problem might have occurred. I can also use this view to track all the occurrences of this that have happened over a period of time. And going back to my knowledge, you can see at the bottom, I have this little inline task, and if I click on this, I can basically run that task, which will go to my server and start my website. You can see there that my website is successfully started, and after a couple of seconds, you can see my diagram turns back to green, telling me that everything is healthy again. This is a great view for my first line support person, but what about my service owner? He's going to want a view which is a little bit more higher level than this. For this, we utilize a solution from third-party System Center vendor Servision called Live Maps. This allows us to lay the same service components out, but in a view that is a little easier to digest for the service owner. Again, if there's a service outage, I can see the errors flashing clearly on the screen. Next, what about the CIO? He would like a view of the health of the services too, but requires a much more high level view and one which accurately reflects the SLAs that have been agreed between the business and IT. Well, for him or her, we have the service level dashboard. This is a free solution accelerator from Microsoft that comes as a SharePoint web part and utilizes Operations Manager's inbuilt service level objectives feature. As you can see, this view is still green because despite the small outage that we've just seen, availability is still within SLA. By utilizing some of the new features of SQL 2008 reporting services, we can also create customized dashboards that meet individual needs of clients. The point to make here is that the CIO and the service owners have views based on the same distributed application model that the support team have. So when problems arise, they can all have a joined up conversation about the same issues, a thing very rare in most businesses today. Last but not least, what about the business analyst or capacity planner? He requires key data about the performance and availability of services too, but he needs it in a format that will allow him to manipulate it in a different manner. Well, for him, we utilize SharePoint and more specifically Performance Point, a product that was delivered alongside SharePoint 2007 and is now fully integrated into SharePoint 2010. By providing an analysis services cube on top of the Operations Manager data warehouse, this user can take the data and slice and dice it so that he can make key decisions on how the application is performing over a period of time. Again, the data that this user sees is the data that the other 3 users see, demonstrating effective service-centric management with Microsoft System Center.